In today's video, we dive into a topic that stirs strong emotions and sparks heated debates: the controversial developments within U.S. national parks. From increased commercialization and new lodging facilities to the impacts of energy development and wildlife preservation, we will explore 20 key areas where human interests often clash with environmental conservation. Join us as we unpack how these developments are reshaping the natural landscapes and cultural resources that define these iconic treasures, while also considering the perspectives of various stakeholders involved. Buckle up for a deep dive into the complex issues facing our national parks today. 1. Increased commercialization. The charm of national parks often lies in their untouched beauty and the sense of stepping back in time. However, the expansion of concessions, gift shops, and restaurants has raised concerns about over-commercialization. As visitors flock to these parks, the demand for amenities grows, leading to the proliferation of commercial enterprises. While these facilities can enhance the visitor experience, they can also detract from the natural allure of the parks. Critics argue that commercialization shifts the focus from preservation to profit, potentially compromising the park's integrity. 2. New lodges and resorts. The construction of new lodges and resorts within park boundaries is a contentious issue. On one hand, these facilities provide much-needed accommodation for the influx of tourists. On the other, they can disrupt natural landscapes and increase visitor traffic, leading to environmental degradation. The visual impact of these structures on the pristine scenery is another concern. Proponents argue that well-designed lodges can blend with the environment, while opponents fear that any development is a step too far. 3. Road expansion and construction. Roads are essential for accessing the vast expanses of national parks, but their expansion and construction can fragment habitats and encourage increased vehicle use. Building new roads or widening existing ones often involves clearing vegetation and altering the terrain, potentially impacting wildlife. The noise and pollution from increased traffic can also disturb the tranquility that many visitors seek. Balancing the need for accessibility with environmental preservation is an ongoing challenge for park management. 4. Trail development. Trails are crucial for exploring the beauty of national parks, allowing visitors to connect with nature. However, excessive trail building can lead to erosion and disturbance of sensitive areas. The construction of new trails often involves altering the landscape, which can disrupt ecosystems and harm native flora and fauna. While trails are necessary for visitor enjoyment, careful planning is required to ensure they do not compromise the very environment they are meant to showcase. 5. Infrastructure upgrade. Modernizing infrastructure, such as restrooms and visitor centers, is essential for accommodating the growing number of park visitors. However, these upgrades can sometimes alter the rustic character of national parks. The introduction of modern facilities can clash with the traditional, rustic aesthetic that many visitors cherish. While infrastructure improvements are necessary for safety and convenience, they must be carefully designed to harmonize with the natural surroundings. 6. Cell towers and communication facilities. The installation of cell towers and communication facilities within national parks is a double-edged sword. On one hand, improved communication can enhance safety and connectivity for visitors. On the other, these structures can detract from the natural scenery and disrupt the sense of isolation that many seek. The visual impact of cell towers on iconic landscapes is a significant concern, leading to debates about the balance between modern conveniences and preserving natural beauty. 7. Energy development. Proposals for oil and gas drilling or renewable energy projects near or within park boundaries often face strong opposition. While energy development can bring economic benefits, it can also pose significant environmental risks. The potential for spills, habitat destruction, and pollution raises concerns about the long-term impact on park ecosystems. Balancing energy needs with conservation goals requires careful consideration and consultation with stakeholders. 8. Mining and extraction. Mining activities, even when outside park boundaries, can impact water quality and wildlife within the park. The extraction of minerals and resources often involves the use of chemicals and machinery that can harm the environment. Runoff from mining sites can contaminate water sources, affecting both wildlife and visitors. The potential for environmental damage has led to heated debates about the appropriateness of mining near national parks. 9. Grazing and ranching. Allowing grazing within national parks can lead to conflicts with wildlife and damage to vegetation. Livestock can compete with native species for resources, alter habitats, and introduce diseases. While grazing can be a traditional use of the land, its impact on park ecosystems is a source of controversy. Finding a balance between preserving traditional practices and protecting natural resources is a complex issue that requires careful management. 10. Logging and timber harvesting. Timber harvesting, even for forest health purposes, can alter natural ecosystems and impact wildlife habitat. The removal of trees can disrupt the balance of ecosystems, affecting biodiversity and soil stability. While logging can be justified as a means of reducing wildfire risk, its impact on the environment is a contentious issue. Conservationists argue that preserving natural forests is essential for maintaining ecological integrity and supporting wildlife. 11. Water diversion and use. Diverting water for irrigation or other uses outside the park can impact water availability within the park. Water is a critical resource for both wildlife and visitors, and its diversion can have far-reaching consequences. Reduced water levels can affect aquatic ecosystems, vegetation, and recreational activities. Ensuring that water use is sustainable and equitable is crucial for the health of national park environments. 12. Introduction of non-native species. Development can sometimes lead to the introduction of invasive species that threaten native plants and animals. These non-native species can outcompete indigenous flora and fauna, leading to declines in biodiversity. The introduction of invasive species can occur through construction activities, transportation, and human activity. Managing these species and preventing their spread is essential for preserving the ecological balance of national parks. 13. Impacts on wildlife. If construction and increased human activity can disturb wildlife and disrupt their natural behavior. The presence of people and infrastructure can lead to habitat loss, altered migration patterns, and increased mortality. Wildlife is a key attraction for park visitors, and ensuring their protection is a priority. Efforts to minimize human-wildlife conflicts and preserve natural habitats are essential for maintaining healthy ecosystems. 14. Noise pollution. Increased traffic and development can lead to increased noise pollution, impacting the tranquility of the park. The sounds of nature are an integral part of the park experience, and excessive noise can detract from this. Noise pollution can also affect wildlife, disrupting communication and behavior. Managing noise levels and preserving the natural soundscape are important considerations for park management. 15. Light pollution. Artificial light from development can disrupt nocturnal wildlife and impact stargazing opportunities. The dark skies of national parks are a valuable resource for both wildlife and visitors. Light pollution can interfere with the behavior of nocturnal animals and reduce the visibility of stars. Efforts to minimize artificial lighting and preserve natural darkness are important for maintaining the ecological and recreational value of parks. 16. Air pollution. Increased vehicle traffic and industrial activity near parks can contribute to air pollution. Clean air is essential for the health of both people and wildlife, and pollution can have serious consequences. Smog and emissions can obscure views, harm vegetation, and affect visitor experience. Reducing air pollution and promoting sustainable transportation are key strategies for protecting park environments. 17. Impacts on cultural resources. Development can sometimes damage or disturb archaeological sites and other cultural resources within parks. These resources are an important part of the park's heritage and provide insight into the history of the area. Construction and infrastructure projects can inadvertently harm these sites, leading to the loss of valuable information. Protecting cultural resources and ensuring their preservation is a critical aspect of park management. 18. Conflicts with local communities. park development decisions can sometimes lead to conflicts with local communities over land use and resource management. Local residents may have different priorities and concerns than park managers, leading to tensions. Engaging with communities and considering their perspectives is essential for fostering positive relationships and ensuring sustainable development. Collaboration and communication are key to resolving conflicts and finding mutually beneficial solutions. 19. Lack of public input. Some development projects have been criticized for insufficient public input and consultation. The decision-making process for park developments can sometimes be opaque, leading to frustration and opposition. Ensuring that stakeholders, including the public, have a voice in the process is important for building trust and support. Transparency and engagement are essential for making informed and equitable decisions. 20. Funding priorities. Debates often arise about whether funding should be directed towards development projects or towards resource protection and restoration. The allocation of resources reflects the priorities and values of park management. Balancing the need for infrastructure improvements with the imperative of conservation is a complex issue. Ensuring that funding decisions align with the long-term goals of preserving and enhancing national parks is crucial for their sustainability.